Welcome back to Let's Play Pikmin. Actually, the final episode. At least I'm pretty sure it's going to be the final episode. I guess we'll find out if we can get all the ship parts in one day or not. But, I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to stuff all this in one gigantic grab bag of Pikmin goodness. Out of the way. So you managed to get 3 ship parts on each day of the distant spring in the last episode. But there are still 4 left. They're mostly centralized in the upper left area of the region. Or at least upper left by my recollection. Let's look at the map. So on the map, which I think changes depending on your position, or maybe it doesn't? Or it's the position of the camera? Yeah, I think it's the position of the camera. So if we look north towards the dolphin, yeah, you can see that most of the ship parts are in the north and the northwest. That's a fun fact. Anyways, we managed to defeat a lot of enemies with the red Pikmin, and happy to report we probably don't need their help anymore. Assuming the ball bears didn't regenerate. So we're gonna, I don't even think we need yellow Pikmin either, because we already took care of all the bomb rock related stuff and the one ship part that requires their high jumping. So we're actually going to go back to having a pure blue Pikmin army, and hopefully this doesn't completely blow up on my face. Lord knows it already has a couple of times in this playthrough. But we can at least get some nectar here for our budding blues. Get as many as we can anyway. But, yeah. There we go. It's pretty much most of them except for a couple of them. So I think we're gonna toss one there. And let's go Wollywog hunting, why not? Because we're gonna have to defeat at least a couple of these to make getting the final ship parts easier. Even if we have to split this up. So, with a really high count of blue Pikmin, like 90 plus, it's fairly easy to take care of the Wollywogs. And we also have to take care of some Shearwigs over here. They are mildly annoying, but once they go in the water, you can actually, when they go in the water, their health starts to drain, which is very helpful. It looks like one of them got lucky. It happens. So we're gonna put 18 blue Pikmin on this bridge, I think. And we're actually gonna put 20 on the other one, since the other one is starting up a little later. So I think that'll sync up about right, but we definitely want these bridges done by the end of the day. For sure. I'm not sure about a good idea of doing this before killing off all the Wollywogs, but we might be alright. So let's go over here, and we've got a couple of more Wollywogs. I think you only really need to defeat one of them, but you may as well defeat both of them, because they're kind of a set. Listen for the croak if you can. God, it's so inconsistent to whistle off the blue Pikmin from them, I swear. Only losing a few, though, is pretty good. So, there we go. Oh, God! Oh, God! We only lost one Pikmin that time. Probably lost... Yeah, we lost more due to that. It's just... The whistle timing can be really inconsistent. So, we're gonna put... we're gonna go ahead and do like that. Now that we have 20... I think 20 ought to be good enough. Sure. There is a part we can try and get over here. There's 2 parts here, but one of them is really annoying and time-consuming, and probably best saved for the second half of the day, rather. So, I'm gonna toss these Pikmin over here, if I can. This toss looks a little awkward. Alright, we're gonna leave them there, and say hello to the water dumple enemies. The aquatic offshoot of the Dwarf Bulborb. And they can be killed with Olimar, but they're a good bit more resistant than the Dwarf Bulborbs or the Shearwigs. So they're on the more difficult side of Captain-only defeating. And if they jump up into the air, that will stun Olimar and deal a little bit of damage. Not as much as if they try to bite you, but still enough. Thankfully, we are multitasking because we still got bridges that are being constructed and walls that are being torn down. So that's pretty good, quite frankly. And we want to take care of these water dumples because they can potentially get in the way of the ship parts that can be found here. Potentially. I think if you have like a bunch of pure flower blue Pikmin carrying the ship parts, probably avoid these guys, but we don't, so I'd rather play it safe. And something was torn down. I'm not sure if that was the wall or if it was the bridges, but at any rate, here's the other Ionium jet. Remember that we got one jet back in the Forest Naval, and here's the companion to that, the Ionium jet number 2. The other one should have been number 1. So we'll just leave that to its devices. They should be fine with 20. It's 5 over the limit, but we'll know if we see that number count down from 90. Oh, we'll know. So let's get back over here. Wallywogs are pretty much dead. 31 blues. Let's go ahead and try to grab this part. It's my zirconium rotor. This is made from rust-proof zirconium, which is particularly suited to making spaceship parts. I had to pay a lot extra to have this installed, and I suspect the mechanic overcharged me. Very good possibility there, but hey, they gotta make their money somehow. Okay, got 31, and looking at the radar, might be good. Might be good. I'm pretty sure we killed the puffy blowhog over there. That wouldn't kill Pikmin, but it would obviously slow down the ship part collecting by a lot, which would be rather annoying. It looks like one bridge is shorter than the other? I don't remember that being the case, but alright then. Let's just have them all congregate and finish the bridge since it's basically done at this point. So, the ship part over there is actually one of the largest in the game. I think it requires 50 Pikmin. We only have 38 right now, unfortunately. It's tempting to get some more to replenish the numbers or get some carcasses. But I don't think we're going to be doing that right now. We're going to be heading back and we'll just get 10 more blue Pikmin. Because we're going to need them anyway for the other ship part. So, it's like, why not, right? I found my number 2 Ionium jet. It's easy on the eyes and its fuel efficiency is easy on the budget. Let's go ahead and expedite that, why don't we? Here we go. Expect to lose a few Pikmin to Wallywogs because they're an enemy that can be a little glitchy when they die. Sometimes Pikmin will just spontaneously combust when it dies. It can happen with the puff stool as well, back from the Forest Naval. Yeah. Only need 2 more parts in the distant spring, and we're only halfway through the day, and there's the other ship part incoming. I guess we should go ahead and knock this out, too. And try to get some nectar in over here. I think we can do that. Not a lot of nectar globs, though, but we can try and get more. Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure we can finish off the rest of this area with blue Pikmin. It's very nice. Zirconium rotor made of rust-proof zirconium. It is as shiny as new, despite being left out in this planet's harsh elements. Yep. But anyway, one ship part is kind of infamous. Because, yeah, it's gonna be weird. In fact, I'm really tempted not to bring in, like, all of them. I think we're gonna knock it down to 80, believe it or not. Because, yeah, I kind of want to have more flowers. Buds are pretty good, too. Kind of want to go in that direction. Yeah, let's get some nectar if we can, because that gluon drive is going to take forever to do. We're going to put 50 Pikmin on that and just leave it to its devices. And we're going to take the other 30 north to get the other final ship part for the distant spring. And hope we can do it all in half of a day. I would hope so. That's still a pretty significant span of time. Now, once the bridges are made, you can get this ship part with any kind of Pikmin. But as we've seen, bridges can be glitchy, so it's safer to take blue Pikmin through the water to get the... I found the gluon drive. Using the quark-binding metaphysical properties of gluons, this device, well, it's very scientific, and I don't fully understand it myself. But it was very expensive. Ah, yes, because expensive is good. So I'm actually kind of tempted to go for 25. No, I gotta... Yeah, no, 25 is good. Yes. Because we do want to have more than 20 for the ship part. so that can go faster. Then again, we already took care of the water dumples, so I guess we could have done this with 20, but better safe than sorry. Or should I say, better safe than soggy, because we're stuck in water, right? And we're getting soggy from the water. Okay, I'll just stop right there. Anyways, you see a yellow flower and a blue flower. We're going to park 5 blues over here, because they're the extras. And we're going to want to try and toss blue Pikmin on top of there, because we're going to have to try and put them in the yellow flower to convert them to yellow Pikmin. And you might be wondering, what is the point of this? Well, the ship part is one of those that are high up, so they technically require yellow Pikmin, right? Yeah, it's just one of those situations. There's the gluon drive, so that's good. One of my favorite ship parts because it adds so much to the ship, actually. I have no idea how this works, but it means the dolphin will again lift off with its characteristic roar. Ah, yes, the roar of a ship. Anyways, the reason you want to go with 20 or 30 is because the flower will automatically shoot seeds for every 10. So if you're using an increment of 5, it's going to slow you down a bit because you got to wait for the flower to automatically put the 5 seeds out. And that can take a while sometimes. I say this from experience. But we're only going to need 20 blues turned yellows for getting the ship part like down from the cliff, as it were. Be very careful here. This is very difficult to do on GameCube. On Wii, you obviously have more range, but yeah. A fun fact about blue Pikmin, though, is that they can actually save other Pikmin in the water if you toss the blues onto them. You don't want to do that, though, because you don't want to be in that situation to begin with. It is a bonus if you do get into that situation, though. Alright, yellows get it down. I found my Chronos reactor. Using strange new technology, this machine is able to warp the space-time continuum and turn it into energy. I am constantly amazed at how many mysteries are locked inside the parts of my ship. And just like before, we want to put yellow Pikmin into the blue flower. Which is kind of annoying because they have a different jump arc. But, as I said, it caps out at 10. Try to position it like at a lower arc. Might help? I don't know. So, I guess we could do that. And, yeah, this might take a little while. Are you serious, game? Are you serious right now? Or is my GameCube joystick just becoming horribly and woefully inaccurate? And we got 5 blue Pikmin to give us a head start at least, so they'll help out these leaves. I'm pretty sure they don't have to worry about any threats. We just saw the number 2 jet make it to the landing site scratch-free. No Pikmin lost. So, one can only hope. Alright. So let's go ahead and just leave them all there. Make sure there's 25 on the part. Stuck at 21 for some reason. Okay. 24. 25. Alright, now we just go to the landing site and wait, hope that nothing bad happens. Oh, and there's another skull with bomb rocks. Actually, that one I completely forgot existed. Or I never even knew it existed, I don't know. It seems like it's a little too close to the water to be really convenient for the yellows to deal with, if you ask me. Check the radar. Looks fine. Like I said, worst case, maybe the other Puffy Blowhog wasn't killed. It might try to blow wind. I don't know. I guess we do have time to loop around, actually, and try to see if we can help them pick up the slack, as it were, because obviously now the part is in a position where we don't need yellow Pikmin in any sense. Actually, there's the part right there. So we can just... Yeah, so we didn't kill the Puffy Blowhog, but see, the Puffy Blowhog can't really do anything. Because it's so slow, and it takes so long to do its wind attack. If you can call it an attack, it's more of a move. Kind of like Flurry's Gale Force in Paper Mario TTYD. Doesn't do damage, but it can do other things. So, yeah, you might want to be careful about that. And it looks like we're going to have just enough time to get this last ship part and show off something rather special about the distance spring. kind of wish I could show off of the other enemy that shows up in the impact site, but we're about to enter an even number day, and the enemy only shows up on odd number days. Gross reactor. This reactor changes permutations in the space-time continuum into pure energy. Basically, it's like a big rubber band. But we've recovered 29 out of 30 parts, increasing the Dolphin's capabilities. And thus, we get the final transformation sequence. It just looks beautiful now. Which is great. Very great. Anyway, with the remaining time we have, we do want to go ahead and put most of the blues here. We're going to keep one blue. Actually, matter of fact, yeah, we'll keep one blue. Thankfully, it's a flower. And we're going to venture out to that egg statue that we ran into a couple of days ago. Or the last episode. Because I want to introduce you guys to a very rare enemy that I think doesn't spawn after day 15. Toss a Pikmin, or try to toss a Pikmin onto the egg? It's trying to, there we go. Smack the egg. It only takes one smack, I'm pretty sure. And say hello to the Smog. Actually, the Smoky Frog is what it is. Anything it touches will die. And by that I mean any Pikmin it touches will die. It's a unique enemy. Apparently it's considered like a larval form of the Mamuta, which is the enemy we ran into in the impact site. So that's pretty cool. We want to take all our Pikmin there. If there are Pikmin sprouts, that thing will take the sprouts off of the ground and then kill them. They are the opposite of Mamutas, basically. And yeah, they do go to your landing site. And they do a lot of damage to Olimar. Good thing you could just repair the ship, right? Right? Well, I'm trying to do that, but it doesn't want to do it. Like, what in the hell? Trying to push the A button from the ship, but it won't let me recover. Unless you can't do it when it's, like, during the countdown. Well, anyways, now that we have all but one ship part, there's only one place left to visit in Let's Play Pikmin. And it can be tough. And I will say that the Wii version has an edge. The Wii version of the final level in Pikmin has an edge because of all the stuff you can do with the pointer controls. And you're limited, by comparison, your limited range in the traditional GameCube version, unfortunately. I did practice this recently, so I know how to do this in a reasonable amount of time, even with the GameCube control scheme. It's still kind of tough though, but anyway. At last, but a single part remains. As I've recovered 29 of the missing parts, the Dolphin's power is near capacity. In the forest depths below, I see a region where the final part must lie. Clearly, this is my final trial. My life support fails in 17 days. That's like 2.5 weeks. Courage! Lost 10 Pikmin? Still under 100. And our numbers for, like, the ones we can use are still looking really good. So, yeah, let's go ahead and save, and there we go. It's time to end this. Right at day 14, so exactly at the 2-week mark, which I'm fine with. I usually get around there anyway. I think my personal best on the Wii version was like day 10 or 11 or something like that. Which is pretty good, I think. So that's my personal best. 14 days by comparison seems slow. But considering the GameCube has limitations, it's whatever. Okay, so we only want a small amount of yellows, believe it or not. I'm only going to get out 10 yellows. And we're going to want to bust out 50? No, I think we're going to want 60 blues, actually, because some of these blues are going to be put back in the onion. And we'll want to replace some of them with reds. But for now, we only want 30 reds. And really, we only need 10, but it's just kind of a whatever thing I'm doing right now. So let's head over here. And before we do anything else, we want to start with the blues. Because we want to get them working on making 2 bridges. Of course, they love the trip. Because this is apparently Super Smash Bros. Brawl and not Pikmin 2001. Okay, hold up here. Hold up here. Okay. We want to toss the Pikmin to get it to where they walk to the bridge. We have 60 blue Pikmin, so 30 on each bridge is good. Yes, that is exactly what we want to do. This one, we can just swarm them onto it. You're supposed to do is have them build one half and then use bomb rocks to get the other ones, as it were. Anyways, we only want 5 yellows right now to take them over here. Rather tough. It's rather tough because even though the yellows are tossed further, they are still limited by the GameCube tossing range. Did that Pikmin almost trip into the water? Are you freaking serious right now? Alright. This should be good enough. Because the reticule, the yellow Pikmin goes slightly ahead of the reticule on the GameCube version, I find. Not that much ahead, but slightly ahead. And sometimes slightly is all you need. Alright, is that 5 bomb rocks? That's pretty good then. But, unfortunately, we gotta toss them back the old-fashioned way, which means you gotta walk into them, not whistle. Otherwise, you lose your bombs at best, and lose Pikmin and bombs at worst. So you gotta be very careful about that. I mean, thankfully, the Captain Olimar, can go in the water no problem. So we're gonna leave the bombs there, and we're gonna take reds. It doesn't matter exactly. We only really need 10. That's all I'm gonna try and put here. It's 10, maybe 15? Yeah, we'll do 15, just so it goes by a little quicker. Yeah, that should be... I heard a splash of water. But anyway, we'll leave it at that. And what we're going to want to do is... That's strange. Okay. So we're going to want to go in the water and have the red Pikmin walk along this path towards the end here. And that's how you get them on the box. 1 or 2 of them might clip through the bridge. We've already seen that happen, literally. Alright, so the 30 blues that we're working on the bridge, we'll go ahead and take these back and convert them to reds, more or less. Not literally, because that would be slower. We're going to put 30 in the blue onion, and we're going to get 30 out of the red onion. That's exactly what we're going to do. Yep, because it's going to work out just fine for the most part. Yep. Because the final boss of the game, obviously you're going to want Pikmin that are good in combat, which red Pikmin certainly are. At any rate, we still got our bomb rocks. Thankfully, this wall is a wall that's weak. It's only 3. They kind of go easy on you in that sense. It's more so the presence of the rock wall that's annoying than the durability of it. So that's kind of what they're going for with that kind of quote-unquote challenge. Of course, if you tried to do this the way the developers intended you to do it, it's not unsurprising for it to take the majority of a day. So, if you have to do a day just to set everything up, and then another day for the actual boss fight, that's valid. Don't feel bad if you have to do that, because, yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Anyway, this wall is a bit of a fake, because you put Pikmin on it, and it basically instantly crumbles. There's one other wall that's like that, and it's coming up here in a minute, like right over there. Yeah, enjoy these walls while they last. Also, I'm not sure if flower Pikmin are more prone to tripping because of the fact they're running faster and all that. It would make sense, but it's also really annoying, as I've said multiple times. At any rate, there are a lot of bomb rocks you can get from these tube cans of sorts. Going with only 10 yellows for a very good reason. Alright, we're going to leave our Pikmin here and say hello to the final boss. The Emperor Ballblack, sir! Yes, indeed. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to start with rocks, try to get them to be the ones that Olimar tosses first. Bomb rocks are the secret to victory against the Emperor Bulblax. Because, worst case, you can actually get the thing to eat a yellow Pikmin. But, yeah, sometimes that just happens. So yeah, just toss Pikmin into the Bulblax after you stun him with a bomb rock. Whether he eats it or you do what I did and I throw a Pikmin and then whistle it back to, to drop the bomb, and then the Bulblax tries to eat the bomb and it, like, blows up on his face, basically. That's the tricky way to do it, but it actually stuns him for a longer period of time. So, that's very good. I'm literally trying to freaking... Okay. Let's leave a yellow Pikmin here and hope it doesn't try to toss it. I want to try and whistle it. I think that's it. Nope, still killed it, unfortunately. Ideally, you want to get reds in on this. So, there we go. As you can see, we're able to do a good bit of damage. And then whistle them off before the Emperor can shake them off. And there you go. I mean, yeah, you might lose a couple yellows, but it's better than the alternative where you get like 100 yellows and try to give them as many bomb rocks as possible, which is a lot. I'm telling you, you can get a lot in the outer edges of the arena here. I'm just letting you know that. So, yeah, you can absolutely do that. Anyway, come back around you, and maybe this is a better timing? Yes! That's how you do it without losing him. Losing a Pikmin, I should say. And yeah, mostly red so that you're doing more damage. If blues get in there, it's whatever. They do damage. They just don't do as much damage. To be fair, that's not what my little blue beauties are for. They're for underwater stuff. Which I'm a sucker for. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Yellows, they got their uses. Mostly in the first game, it's bomb rock related, but, you know. Well, there you go. Try to get the reds. Bada bing, bada boom. It's gonna take, I think, like 6 bomb rocks with this method to kill the Emperor outright. But you should have enough time, because this is faster paced than just letting him eat a bomb rock. Which I know is strange to think about, but yeah. And when you're sitting around here and you try to go to the gate, if the Emperor tries to go to the... Ah, come on, man. If he tries to go to the gate himself, he kind of retreats a little bit. And let's get the couple of yellow Pikmin we still have around here. Let's try to get them with rocks, so it makes it easier to get to the rocks. Because you can't swap into them in the GameCube version. You have to... You don't have a D-pad or a C-stick toggle to do that, so... Yeah, let's do that, and it works. Yes, it works. Holy cow. Alright. So, come on. I think 2 or 3 more after this will do it. Just depends on how much damage is done, I guess. Try to delay the whistle a bit there. There is an attack that the Emperor will start to do when he's on low health. I don't know exactly how low, but it's pretty low. It's pretty low. Like, I would say like a third of his health is when it starts to become more likely. So, yeah. He'll start to crouch down, and then he'll try to jump really high to squish your Pikmin. Which is obviously very bad. You don't want that to happen. So, come on. Move the C-stick a little bit, but not too much in case I don't accidentally throw a bomb rock. We don't want that. It's a lot of damage. And there we go. He might try to squish. Yeah, he's going to try and squish. But he's not going to squish. No squish for you. Now back up. Throw a bomb rock yellow and hope he goes for the eat instead of the squish. He controls sometimes. Oh, this is looking like a good attack right here. Actually, this might be enough to finish him off, to be honest. Maybe. I'm going to keep tossing and try my luck. Holy hell, that was pretty good. At long last, I found the final part, my secret safe, and it's as full as ever. How glad I am that I persisted in my search without losing hope. Now I can leave this planet without any regrets. Any regrets at all. Yeah. So that's the Emperor Bulblax, the final boss of the original Pikmin. Having already played all 3 mainline games, I have yet to beat Hey Pikmin for what it's worth, but I doubt the final boss there will be that interesting. The Emperor Bulblax is my favorite final boss of... So far it's a trilogy. Pikmin 4 is announced to be a thing finally, so that'll come out eventually and it won't be a trilogy anymore, it'll be a series and then some. But as of the trilogy, I would say Emperor Bulblax is my favorite of the final bosses. It's the most well-balanced. Some of the final bosses in 2 and 3 are really crazy. And I'm excited to show you guys with my commentary, my fabulous commentary, because now that we finally completed Pikmin, the original Pikmin, and surprisingly, both of these days were first try. I'm shocked, because these could have been some difficult days. Especially to do live. I have finally recovered every ship part. Now I can return home to Hokadate. Or as some may pronounce Hokotate, tomato. That's what I say, but hey, there's the finished dolphin. What can I say? It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So, you know. And yeah, the top of the ship looks like a Pokeball from the front. That's a fun little touch. And here is the perfect ending for Pikmin. Which, the difference is that this is the perfect ending, is obviously the best case scenario. The good ending doesn't have like this going on right here. I have never gotten anything less than this ending, by the way, in playing this game since it came out, so I had to look them up, but the bad ending is basically Olimar can't escape the planet, so the Pikmin save him by turning him into a Pikmin, in a way. The good ending is like a rushed version of this ending. Olimar just goes right into the ship, he tries to escape, and he succeeds, and it just goes to black/credits from that. So, obviously not a bad ending, it's just this one's better. And look, you get to see the Pikmin attack a spotty Bulborb one last time. I don't think that they would realistically be able to take down with only like, it looked like 15 Pikmin? No, you're not going to be able to do an instant kill on a spotty Bulborb with 15 Pikmin. I gotta say, all in all, pretty good run here. I'm pretty satisfied with it for the most part. We had some little snafus and incidents, of course. Would it really be a Let's Play without at least one instance of something like that? By the way, a bunch of different colored Pikmin in that sequence there. Definitely leads to a lot of speculation. Who knows, maybe they've already done some of the colors. How many new colors have we had since the original Pikmin? What? Only 4? Huh. Well, hopefully we get to discover some of those next time on Lazuli Plays the Pikmin series. Next time we play Pikmin 2. Still my favorite, actually. It's not by as much as usual, because Pikmin 3 is a really good game, and I love that game too. Pikmin 2 is probably always going to be my favorite. It's not necessarily the one I would recommend people get into if they're just getting into the series, but... And let's look at our statistics. Total Pikmin ever sprouted, 729. Parts versus days, 30 parts in 14 days. That's roughly 2 parts and change a day, which is obviously very good. Since the developers expect you to do 1 part a day on average, probably you get 2 or 3 here and there so you can have an extra day for the final trial, I guess. Surviving Pikmin, 633. Total Pikmin loss, 97. It's under 100, which is fine. You're going to expect to lose Pikmin, otherwise you're going to have to reset a lot, hope you don't get random deaths, all that other stuff. And here's a list of all the ship parts. The ones with a blue name are the optional ones. You only need to get the ones with a yellow name to get the good ending. You need all of them for the perfect ending. And it's also the only way you get to fight the Emperor Bulblax. Which I do feel like, I don't know if it's objectively the best final boss in the series. I think maybe people consider the one in Pikmin 3 to be the best one, maybe? I don't know. The Pikmin 2 final boss, you guys don't want to know. I'm going to let you know that now. Consider it something to look forward to for that Let's Play, because I'm also going to expect that to be like 2 to 3 times as bigger or longer than this one. And this one went on for like maybe one or 2 episodes more than I thought it would. Anyway, go ahead and end that, save our game, and we're done with it. So, you're going to enjoy a credit sequence after this, which I'm going to partially talk over. Usually, we don't like to leave credit sequences in Let's Plays, but I don't know, we usually cut them out of the long plays, and I'm still talking over here. So, I'll just let this play. I'm also going to leave in, or I should say, we are going to leave in. I keep forgetting this is a team effort on my part. We're also going to go ahead and leave in something of an enemy roll call that comes after the credits. I'm not sure if that comes up for any other ending but the perfect one, but this is why you go for the perfect, to make sure you get everything. Gonna leave that in because it's cute and adorable and whatnot. I guess one other thing to talk about before we close the book on Pikmin 1. Challenge mode. Challenge mode in Pikmin 1 isn't anything to write home about, and I'm not even going to bother showing it off because all it is redoing some of the areas that you go through in the main story of Pikmin, but you have to, like, get as many ship parts as you can, I think, or kill a certain amount of enemies. It's been a long time, so I don't remember exactly, but it's kind of boring. Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 3 do the challenge mode concept a lot better, so there is potential in me doing those with commentary, but more likely not. You could just watch the long play of Pikmin 2 challenge mode for now. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do one for Pikmin 3 Deluxe, but it is tempting. As for the Let's Play commentary side of things, it's going to be mostly focused on the story content. So everything from the start of the game until the true ending. As we've seen, there's a true ending in Pikmin, and yes, there are true endings in the other Pikmin games as well. And I'm not going to just do 1 and skip to 3, I'm going to do 2, because it's my favorite. So next time, on Let's Play Pikmin, Let's Play the Pikmin series, the trilogy, because obviously we're not doing Hey Pikmin. We are doing Pikmin 2. I'm very excited about it, very happy about that one. It's going to be a really smooth start. It might get rough later on, just have to wait and see. And see you guys then!